Is how you do it yourself. Hello and welcome to the garage. Okay, in this segment we're going to talk about solid color floors. Solid floors are best used for shops. They brighten the room up, they're easy to use, you can find stuff on them. It's an absolutely great floor. The base coat is an epoxy. Now, the most important thing about using epoxies is you got to mix it in the bucket and you immediately have to pour it out on the floor. If you don't pour it out on the floor right away, it's going to start to get hot, it's going to smoke, it's going to get hard, and you're going to have a big expensive mess on your hands. This box is almost $200 and you don't get your money back when you do that. So please, please, please mix it together, immediately pour it out on the floor, you squeegee it and you back roll it. It'll turn into a beautiful product for you. So with a solid color floor, you need some equipment. You need your chip brush for doing the edges. We're gonna need a stir stick. Get the large ones, get them at Home Depot. Home Depots are the best. You're gonna need your mixing paddle. We're gonna need a bucket. Got your squeegee, and you got your roller frame and roller. They each go on handles. Now I've got my mixing paddle that we use every day. Here's what they look like when they're brand new. So, okay, let me open the box and show you what's in it. All right, here's our A and here's our B. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix these two together. This makes a chemical reaction. We have cross-linking. This stuff doesn't dry like paint. You actually have these two different chemicals cross-linking. It makes a much harder, much better, much more sticky floor, so it sticks to the ground a lot better. In this bucket, and we've done this especially for you, so you don't have to buy extra buckets, okay? There is more room in the A side bucket than the A. And so you can just pour the B directly in here. When you're all done, then you're going to throw the whole bucket away. And that's a special thing that we've done for you, and it'll make it a lot easier. We've, as professionals, we do this every day, and one of our manufacturers figured out how to do that, and we love them for it. So that's the mixing process for doing a solid color floor. If you can afford it, get the urethane top coated. It makes all the difference in the world. It's going on clear. This stuff is hard, and it's just a great surface. So if you can afford it, do it. If you can't, that's all right. We still want to take good care of you, but this will make a better product for you. As you can see, we're now doing the mixing, okay? And this bucket of A is a bigger bucket than what the A is. So what we're going to do is we are now pouring the B into this A bucket, and we're mixing it up. So we're taking that mixing paddle and putting it in. Epoxies are thick, okay? So you don't just stir it up with a stir stick. You use a mixing paddle. Give me a full 60 seconds on when you're stirring it up, okay? And don't cheat me on that. Give it a full 60 seconds. Now, after you're done mixing for a full 60 seconds, now you're going to take the paint scraper and you're scraping the side of the bucket so that you get all of the A or all of the B scraped off the side of the bucket, and the same with the bottom, okay? It's real important because if you get little bits of A and B into the floor that aren't mixed, you get soft spots. So that's something you don't want. So now you can see that it's all being mixed, and we got that all mixed up. Give me another 30 seconds of mixing. Once epoxy's mixed, I'm going to say it again, you've got to immediately dump it out on the floor. So once epoxy's mixed, immediately dump it out on the floor. Otherwise, it's going to react, it's going to get hot, it's going to get hard, and you're going to have a big, expensive mess on your hands. So now they're doing that. They're laying it out, pouring it out on the floor as evenly as it can, and then they're saving a little bit in the bottom, okay? If you're doing this by yourself, pour it out, get your edging done, go back and squeegee it. If you have a partner, which is the best thing, if you can have two people do it, that's really a big help. And so then one person is going to do the edging, the other person is going to get to squeegeeing. So you can see right now we're doing the edging and we're getting the corners in. Usually I don't tape stuff off, I just paint right up. Once again, we're professionals, we do it every day. For your house, you probably ought to tape things off. And now you can see how we're getting that edging done. Just use what's left in the bottom of the bucket to do the edging. And now we're taking the squeegee and we're squeegeeing out the epoxy that we poured on the floor. And it's important that you get it as even as possible. Lay it out in kind of a horseshoe with a little extra in the middle, and then you squeegee it out, once again getting it just about as evenly as you possibly can. Now, once that's all done, then we're going to take the roller and we're going to roll back and forth. The basic purpose of the roller isn't to get it even, it's to even out any lines that are in there from when you squeegee. Get it all laid out nice and evenly, and then you're done. That's the base coat on a solid color floor. That's the base coat on a partial chip floor, and that's the base coat on the professional or our full broadcast floor. First we do our prep work, so that's either grinding or else we do the grinderless primer. Then we put on the epoxy base coat and we lay that all out. Then we broadcast the chips. Then when we're done with broadcasting the chips, then we're going to put a polyaspartic top coat. Tough stuff. This is a fantastic floor. It comes in kits that do 1 car garage size at a time, or 200 square feet. So if you have a 2-car garage or 400 square feet, you're going to get 2 kits. One of the pro tips is how do you set out the chips themselves without running out halfway through. Take a bucket, you're going to take about 1/4 of the chips that are in here, and what you're going to do is you're going to start out from one side and you sprinkle them out as evenly as you can. Then you're going to take another 1/4, fill the bucket again, and we're going to go the other way and we're going to fill them, spread it out as evenly as you can. Then once again, we're going to start from the side, spread them out as evenly as you can. Another bucket from the further side. Then any chips that you have left, go fill in any spots. 25 pounds should do a 1-car garage just right. But you got to do it carefully and make sure you do it right. So you're going to need our polyaspartic top coat. Polyaspartics are the best there is for the top of a chip floor. This is a 2-car garage, so we've got 2 kits. When you mix them, mix one at a time, lay it out on the floor, then mix the next one. Don't mix them together. No. That'll be a problem. Okay, what you're going to need is you got your polyaspartics, and you got a red Solo cup and a chip brush for doing the edges. We've got the leaf blower, so we're going to take and we're going to blow all the chips into the corner, and we're going to clean them up, and we're going to scrape them down. Then we're going to vacuum it all up. Paint bucket, so this is our paint tray that we're going to use for dipping and rolling. This is the scraper that we use every day. They're about $35. If you want to buy one, they're kind of nice to have. Okay, but if you want to be a little more economical on this project, I'm kind of an economical guy because I'm a DIY guy, right? Get yourself a cheaper, get a blue steel. This is a 12-inch paint scraper. It's actually a drywall scraper. Take some Gorilla Tape. We're just going to tape it on a handle so we can use it. We're going to tape it on just like so. That'll work. Just a real quick pro tip. Take the edges, scrape them off like that. Okay. Just do that to the corner, and that way it won't catch as bad. Okay, that'll work for you. The first thing that we've done is we've let the epoxy with the chips in it sit overnight so it gets good and hard. Now, next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the leaf blower and we're going to blow all the chips into the corner. Once you get them into the corner, then you just pick them up. You can throw them away or you can save them for the next job. Now we're going to scrape the floor. So we take our scrapers, we scrape up and back and side to side. The scraping is a very, very important piece of this whole thing. And the better job you do of scraping, the better your floor is going to turn out. Scrape side to side, scrape up and back, and then scrape on a diagonal. What you're doing is you're cutting the chip off that's sticking out of the epoxy. And like I said, the better job you do of it, the better floor you're going to have. When you're all done with that, take the leaf blower out, blow them all into the corner again, and get all the chips blown in and picked up, then vacuum the whole thing and make it really, really good. Now that we have our prep work all done, we're going to mix the polyaspartics, mix the whole kit, just the A and the B. They pour together into the bucket, and then you're going to stir it for 60 seconds, scrape the sides and the bottom, and then scrape or stir for another 30 seconds. Make sure that you only mix one kit of polyaspartics at a time. It's really important. They cure too fast to make multiple kits. Now you're going to do the edging, so you pour a little into the red Solo cup, and you go around the whole edge of the garage and bring it out about the width of a brush and do the entire edge. I usually don't tape, but you can tape off. Now we're going to dip and roll. So we dip in, we're going to roll, and then we're going to dip some more and roll out about 5-6 feet at a time. Now we're pouring our second kit in and mixing it up. Now we keep doing the 5 or 6 square feet at a time as we roll it out. Now I'm going to do the back rolling when I get that all done. So you see how I'm going up and back, and now we're going to go side to side as well, and that will give you a real nice back roll. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and that is how you do it yourself.